Hey everyone, I wanted to do a quick video on my new DJI Inspire 1 drone that I picked up from Drones Plus in Las Vegas just this past weekend, and it's absolutely awesome. So I wanted to shoot this video just to tell you a little bit more about the drone and the different parts to it and kind of how you put it together. So I hope you enjoy this video. So I'll start by unboxing it. Now this is the case that the DJI Inspire 1 comes in. As you can tell, it's almost as big as I am. So it's quite large, not as heavy as I thought it would be, but definitely there's some weight to it. So I'm just gonna open this up here and we'll start taking a look at all the different spots. So you can see the case is designed really well to where everything has its own compartment and everything is super snug. So whether you put it in your car, carry it around wherever, nothing really moves around, which I love because this is obviously expensive and I want to take really good care of it. So I'll start off with some of the different pieces that come with the Inspire 1 drone. So first off, we have the controller, which I'll set down right here. It comes with two sets of propellers. So once you get through one set, you always have a secondary set that you can go to, which is pretty awesome because propellers can definitely get damaged. So I'm going to take out one set that I use. And then I have my batteries, which I got two different types of batteries, which I'll explain more about in a second. And then we have the body itself, which I'll also take out in a second. And then we have the camera and the gimbal that comes with it. So I'll kind of walk you guys through all the different elements right here. And then we'll get to the body of the drone as well. So here's the master controller. Now it also comes with a slave controller, and the slave controller is used to control the camera if you have a second person. But I myself, I like the challenge of being able to fly it and capture the video all by myself. Super fun. And also a great talent to have because you don't always have a second person with you. So controller is really basic, it's quite large, you can see right here in comparison to my head, it's kind of big. And can get heavy, so which is also why the DJI Inspire 1 comes with a harness that straps around your shoulders and then hooks up to your controller, so you can have the controller just kind of hang right here and let it go should your hands get tired. So to set up the controller, quite easy. It has a little adjustable mount where you can hook up any device you want. So whether you have an iPad Air, you have an Android phone, an iPhone. I use my iPhone 6. I've also used a Samsung Note 4, which is quite large. And I've used the iPad Air. They all work. They all work really well. Personally, I like using my iPhone because it keeps the controller nice and light and the visibility is still great on it. So it's really cool because it has this little button right here that allows you to just kind of hold it and adjust the size of the mount depending on the device that you want. So real easy to work and control. Then you have your antennas, and to turn it on, it's as simple as 2 clicks. You hold the power button down once, and then again for a couple of seconds. You heard a couple of beeps, and that means it's on, it's ready to go. In the back, you have all your different ports, your HDMI, your USB, and a few others to hook up your device directly to the remote so that you can transmit video while you're flying. So that's the remote. And again, you can pick up a slave controller as well if you want a secondary person to help you out while you're flying. Next, we have the camera, which is definitely my favorite part. As you know, DJI is known for their gimbal technology, and this camera is super awesome. So you just open up the little box and pull this little guy out, just like that. It has a micro SD card that comes inside of it. So this hangs right below your DJI. And this thing is magic. It just captures the most amazing, beautiful video. It has a little cap on top, which you remove when you want to fly, just like this, really easy. And it hooks up to the bottom of the drone, which we'll hook up in just a second. And then your micro SD card lies right here on the side. So if you want to grab the raw footage straight from the camera, you can after your flight. Really easy. So I'm going to set this down right here. It also comes with an extra filter, especially when you're flying in the daytime and there's sunlight, so you can get some really good high quality video. Now for the propellers, it comes with 4 propellers, like I have here. And they're really nice and easy to get onto the drone. It's just a matter of putting it onto each side of the drone. They're also labeled. 2 of them have white dots on it indicating which side of the drone each propeller goes on, so you can't really mess that up. Really easy to hook up, which we'll also take a look at in a second. And then, of course, the most important part, what everyone always has questions about, is your batteries and how much flight time you can get, how much video you can get. So when you buy the Inspire 1, it comes with one battery, which is, I believe, the 4500 milliamp. battery, which is great, has a good life. It ranges about 18 to 20 minutes, including takeoff and landing. So that's great, and that will run you about $160, I believe. And then they also offer the extended life battery, which I love these and would highly, highly recommend getting these because it gives you about 5 extra minutes of flight time, which is so worth it when you're trying to get that one shot that's so perfect, and you want just enough time to be able to come back home and not have any battery life anxiety, as they call it, which will totally happen. So, and I believe these are $40 more, so you're looking at $200 here, but so worth it. So I actually picked up in total 3 batteries, so I have a good, like, I would say hour of flight time, give and take, setting up, landing, taking off. Wherever you buy your drone for, I would suggest talking to the place of business and asking them if they'd be willing to do an upgrade for the extended life battery in trade for the battery that actually comes with the drone. See if you can just offer them the extra $40 and get the extended one and bypass the original one. That's a nice hack as well. Save some money, but get also longer battery life. So those are the batteries. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the actual body of the drone. We're going to put the harness away. Don't need that today. So this guy is awesome. This is my new hobby. This is what I do 24/7. Super fun. All right, so we just set that aside. So here is the Inspire One, which is so awesome. As you can tell by the way that I'm carrying it, it has a good weight to it, but definitely light enough. Titanium body, really basic, really simple to understand and use. So we're gonna start off by putting in one of my batteries. So the battery is really easy to slide in. Put it in here the right way. Just kind of drops down, and you should hear a click, just like that. Boom, your battery's in. Next, you want to put on the propellers. So like I said, each one of the propellers has an indication of whether it has a white dot or it's just all plain black. So the propeller has an indication, and then the actual location where you hook it onto has an indication as well. So this one in my hand is all black, and the one I'm looking down at is all black as well. And it tells you which way to lock and which way to unlock the propeller. So it's really easy. You just kind of hold it down, snap it in place, and then turn it in its direction, just like that. And then let's see, we have a white dot here, so you just really want to double check that just to make sure that you're placing it on the right side. Hold that down. I'm just going to turn my drone around. Careful with the propellers. And get the other 2 propellers on as well. So I have a white dot and a white dot. Turn left to lock. Get that on there. Nice and secure. And get the last one on. Now, the drone has 2 modes. There's, I believe it's called like flight mode, and then just when it's regular like this. So before you can actually hook up the camera and the gimbal to the drone, you have to get your drone to rise so that you have enough space for the camera to hook up. And so that's my remote going crazy. So now to turn on the drone, in order for me to lift it, to put my camera up, you just hold the power button down on the battery once, and then twice for about a couple of seconds, and you'll hear it beep to turn on. So give that a second. And there we have it. I love that sound. So exciting. It means we're ready to almost fly. And so what I'm going to show you now is how to get it to rise up so we have enough space to get our camera on. So on the master controller, you have a little switch with the letter H on it. The H indicates home point, but the switch right here is what allows you to switch between modes, so to level off your drone in different areas. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and switch that up and down a few times. They say do it at least 4 times, and just like that, how cool is that? Come on, that's freaking awesome. I love it every time that I see that happen. So now my drone has risen so that I have enough space right here in the front to hook up my camera. I'm going to show you guys how to do that part. Just turn this guy around a little bit. So the bottom of the drone also has a cap, which also has a locking system. You kind of just want to twist, and the cap comes right off. So that's just to protect the insert right there for the drone. And like I said, the gimbal and the camera has a cap as well, which you kind of just take off just like that. Now it can be tricky getting the camera on, it takes practice. I'm still getting used to putting it on because there is an unlock and a lock position. So you want to make sure that you line it up correctly and you're able to hook it on properly. So sometimes that takes a second, but just be patient with it. And there's 3 white lines that you really want to match up, which you can't miss. And so you just line up those 3 white lines and then you twist into the locking position. Oh, so let's see, my first try didn't work. Sometimes it helps if you twist the drone prior to putting on your propellers so that you kind of have better access to putting on the camera. All right, I think I got it. There we are. So notice all my lines lined up, and the second you put it on, your camera will begin calibrating to kind of understand where it is and what's around it, and so it has a good location. So as you can see, that took me a second. I'm still getting used to doing that part. And that's it. So it's ready to go. And at this point, you would just hook up your phone right here to your master controller. Also, you should hook it up with your USB cord, your charging cable, to the remote so that you can transmit video. And then all you do is you take both of the controllers and you push them both down, and that's what will activate your drone. So I'm going to show you guys that right here. I'm going to step away for a second. Be careful because these propellers are extremely sharp and extremely fast. You do not want to put any of your limbs anywhere close to it. So I'm just going to hold that down and we'll wrap this up. So just to give you an idea of how strong that was, it actually blew over my camera box and my lids. So if you don't have AC at home, you can use your Inspire 1 to cool down. So that's all here on my new Inspire 1 DJI drone unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out my channel for even more videos and flights that I do with my new Inspire 1.